All right, what's going on, Sooner Nation? So, if you guys were just hanging around yesterday, you guys might have saw Ben Arbuckle and the Oklahoma Sooners made a very interesting offer to a four-star quarterback, one of the top quarterbacks out of the state of Texas, and we got to talk about it. When I reposted the offer, you guys had some thoughts asking how it would currently affect Oklahoma's class. And I think something we got to chat about, something we got to discuss a little bit because I throw around this shocked me a lot. This offer really did shock me. I did not expect Oklahoma to offer at least a quarterback of this caliber in the 2026 class after you already had a guy like Jaden O Neal committed. So we're going to discuss it today. We're also at the end of the video going to talk about some of the guys that are on campus this weekend for the Oklahoma Sooners. I only really have the capacity and the bandwidth to cover the 2026 class at the current moment. So bear with me. If you want 2027, you'll have to go to probably one of the pay sites. Probably go to 247. I know that Colin and them have a list up, and he's also got an article about this four-star quarterback that we're going to talk about today. So make sure you guys go over there. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like, hit the subscribe button. If you're part of the 65% of the people that watch these videos continually but are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Helps keep the content and the channel free and helps me out a little bit. And it's completely free to you to be able to go out and do this. So, all right. The Oklahoma Sooners go out there and offer a four-star quarterback, one of the top quarterbacks in the 2026 class so far, and also one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Texas in Bowe Bentley. Now, this was intriguing to me. Here's why. And this is why this shocked me. Currently, right now, you have John Mateer, who has 2 years of eligibility left, and everybody presumes will be your starter this upcoming season. You also have the Cole guy from Western Carolina that came in, who we presume is going to play like the Casey Thompson role. Maybe he'll be able to do some scout team. Probably won't see the field for Oklahoma in any meaningful snaps, but just a leader in the room. Maybe if he shows out in camps, a guy that can go out there and maybe be a backup. I don't know. And then you've got Michael Hawkins, who I presume will be redshirted. Let's all just assume that. Michael Hawkins, it needs to be redshirted. Let's assume he redshirts behind John Mateer. And then you've also got Jet New in this room. So you've got some younger talent that you maybe feel good about. And then you've got a really good quarterback that was one of the best this year, kind of leading the helm. So my thought process here was in the 2026 class, you've got Jaden O Neal committed. John Mateer, from what I've been told by other people who are pretty well connected and understanding the draft grades and things like that, kind of explained it to me as John Mateer is not a starter in the NFL. And he's probably not going to be a high round draft pick. He'll be like a Dylan Gabriel. He'll be lower rounds. And the reason why is his throwing motion is weird. His balls will get batted down at the line consistently. So John Mateer, in my eyes, I thought maybe will college for everything he can get, right? Take the NIL, let your younger guys behind you develop, which Oklahoma would probably absolutely love. And that gives you 2 years of John Mateer, which means in 2026, I didn't think you would really need another quarterback. And if you did take one, you would take a guy like a Brandon Zerbrug or a Jet New, somebody where they're a project, right? Maybe they have a lot of upside, but they're a project. You wouldn't take a guy like a Michael Hawkins or a Bowe Bentley. You would kind of run with the guys you got. Now, always there is the potential that a guy like Michael Hawkins or a Jet New could enter the transfer portal. And then maybe you do need a guy like Bowe Bentley for depth purposes. But at the end of the day, you're bringing in a guy like Bowe Bentley, and he's going to expect to compete for the job. At least that's what I would expect. As much as I love Jaden O Neal, who I think is one of the best quarterbacks in this class, and I think will get to the five-star territory because I think he is not only one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now, but I think he could be one of the best quarterbacks in that draft class. Right? Because, that's how some of these recruiting services evaluate their talent and give them 5 stars. They kind of project where they're going to end in the NFL draft. So it's interesting. And it shocked me because Bowe Bentley at 6'2", 200 pounds, he's got potential. He's got potential. He's got 24 total offers. And when you go read the article, and I'm not going to give you guys all the nuggets. I'm going to give you guys one line here that I don't think is killing. If Colin, if I'm not supposed to do this, Colin can reach out to me. But Colin interviewed Bowe Bentley, and Bowe Bentley just talks about how this was a dream offer for him, right? But he's keeping his options open. Now, if you want to read everything else, you're going to have to go over to the article because it actually pretty good interview, pretty good article over there. But he talks about how this was a dream offer and kind of how he's just going to leave everything open, which makes sense. That's what you do. Like, we understand dream offers don't always lead to commitments for Oklahoma. I've got one in just recently, Joseph Jonier, where he was like, yeah, So anyways, you look at Bowe Bentley, this is a guy that threw for over 3,200 yards in 2024, 7 interceptions. He threw for 47 passing touchdowns, rushed for 923 yards and 16 touchdowns in the 4A1 state championship game. He went out there and threw for, I just had it pulled up, 265 yards and 5 touchdowns while adding 68 rushing yards in that 55-21 victory in the 4A1 state championship game. So Bowe Bentley, it's an interesting prospect. Runs a 4.55 40, a 52 400 meter dash. Like he's an interesting prospect, and he'll be on campus here in the next couple of weeks. So maybe the staff kind of outlines their vision for Bowe Bentley and says, hey, obviously we got a guy like Jaden O Neal. We expect him to be the starter. So you would, just kind of be like a backup or something. I don't know how those conversations go down. I would assume they're telling guys they're going to compete for the job. I have not had a chance to sync up with the O'Neals yet. So, maybe after this weekend, after they take their visit this weekend, because they're going to be on campus, maybe I'll have to sync up with them, kind of see how they think about what they think about the offer. But I mean, I think it's understandable. Like, you don't want to end up in a position like you did in 2022 where somebody gets hurt and you just don't have another serviceable quarterback back there for you, right? And so it's just going to be interesting to see how all of this shakes out. And I don't know at this point if Bowe Bentley would even end up committing to the class. Again, if Oklahoma is going to end up getting another quarterback in the 26 rankings, I would imagine it's going to be one of those lower tier 3-star guys that they're a project, right? You're bringing in a guy that because a lot of people understand Jaden O Neal is probably going to be your starter in this class, and he's going to be a guy that's going to be really hard to beat out. And like I said, I think Jaden O Neal has the potential to be one of those top draft picks, kind of like what 247 does, right? They evaluate the rankings and the 5-star rankings based on where they think you would go in the NFL draft, not technically based on who they think you are in terms of the best high school recruit. So we'll have to see what's going on there. But talking about some of the guys that are going to be on campus for the Oklahoma Sooners this weekend, I think this is I'm not going to say a crucial or a massive weekend for Oklahoma, just because you don't have a ton of the 5-star talent here this week. You have Davion Gross, but you don't have some of the big targets like a Felix Ojo, the 5-star offensive tackle that Oklahoma is going after. You don't have the 5-star wide receiver Tristan Keys, who included Oklahoma in his top schools list. You don't have those guys on campus, but you've got guys like Caden Jones, Ryder Mix, Mason James, Jabari Brady, Daniel Odom, which was interesting, wide receiver out of St. John Bosco. We'll have to see if Oklahoma will continue to be able to maybe get in the race with him. I'm still not a believer Oklahoma gets a guy like Daniel Odom, but it's intriguing that he's visiting campus. 4-star offensive lineman Noah Best, 4-star linebacker Sinceri Johnson, 4-star defensive lineman Taj Overton, 3-star offensive tackle Toa Katoa, 3-star wide receiver Aljor Miles. There's a 3-star defensive end, I can't pronounce his name, not even gonna try. That Primus kid, offensive tackle, and then Kamarian Johnson, who also plays the defensive end. You can find this list in the community tab. I have posted out there. It's completely free. All you got to do, you just click on my PG Show view channel. You can go over to the community tab. You can find the list there. So let me know what you guys think about the offer of Bowe Bentley. And, do you think Oklahoma actually lands a guy like Bowe Bentley? Let me know your guys' thoughts. If you guys haven't already, you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and you hit that subscribe button. Till next time, peace.